Hey, great party.
Yeah, 97 style. Remember this? Yo, I write rhymes in times when I'm alone like Bugsy. I reach into my mind to get more like Dudley. I'm never going soft, plus never getting budgy, cause I supply the highs like a swinging through the custies. And the cops can't bust me cause I keeps the peace. But I serve and protect my kids, not the beast. I'm like that geese in your musical feast, because I make the vibes rise like some migrating geese. I reach my beats through the verbal bliss, turning rhymes into gold cause I'm an alchemist and an optimist. When the topic is dropping truth and making flocks of kids rock to this, ain't no stopping this, I'm out of doors like a ram. Born March 23rd, so that's what I am. And when I jam, I keep it tight like a clam to keep it jumping like the bugs in a hippie kid's jam. I slam like Michael, a Buffy's motorcycle, got tendencies to be subliminal like suicidal. I'm not idle, I speak the vital like the Bible. I live tribal and close to God like a disciple, so catch your eye full, straight up like that tower. I make it feel good like a high-powered shower. In the final hour, I come to show you how I make the duppies run to the corner and cower. Party rockin', invincible. Party rockin', invincible. Yo, I grab a party and I smash the shit in half. Party rockin', invincible.
This rap shit is like vision, the process of thought splitting that keeps a poet spitting what he's written instead of sitting sweating like Richard Simmons women. The most basic instinct for living, it gives him his vision and gets him driven to start ripping anything fitting the description of competition to ribbons. But that's a given, it also keep him from straight tripping till the hammer's clicking. Such as me when I got that J.O.B. putting me just over broke, the walking comatose. I roll a smoke, then quote unquote some shit I almost wrote but didn't release it to the universe, cause even when it's not written in the journal it's still eternal. So then we mix it with sounds that hit the spot like sonar. So when we hit the stages we swinging F's like Omar to get you open like a crowbar. My name ain't Ken and I don't wanna be a star, I'd rather be a menace, that's what got Jamie for, baby Paul. We breaking atoms like a nuclear plant, and B-boys around the world striking invincible stands. Party rockin', invincible. Party rockin', invincible. Yo, I grab the party and I smash the shit in half. Party rockin', invincible.
Who was that masked man? Cause you get the party jumping like the reverse brass man. I don't play with pillows, act insane or steal. I knock you right on your head like a baby seal. Ladies squeal cause we freak it like a red light district. Some folks talk shit but look, they step right in it. That couldn't be me, so my radar stays scanning. Every time I chant I open minds like Trey Canning. So whatever stage planning, I run shit, no surprises. Playing God just sees to receive fabulous prizes while we navigate the timeless. Keep our fans floating, encouraging crowds to disrobe and burn their clothing. Still we get the cult leader kick down treatment. Smoke weed and talk with a drum like a beatnik. Simple truth, leave the pretentious embarrassed. I dedicate this rhyme with a toast till the end of an era. Party rockin', invincible. Party rockin', invincible. Yeah, yeah. I grab a party and smash the shit in half. Party rockin', invincible. Party rockin', invincible. Party rockin', we invincible. I grab a party and smash the shit in half. Party rockin', invincible.
Mountain habitat of the northern cackalack, I'm smush back the cats and overshooting the breeze. It's ever flowing, true indeed. Rapping game, to rack your brain like Adam Strange with the puzzles. He's in the back with Tame, cause the muggles that he juggles are headies, while I guzzle the henny with Jenny Junk till the pair of us are staring at each other through an empty cup. It's type A the right way, nightly. I got Team Fat holding me down, yo let me up.
Yeah, that's what you get for touching my sandwich, skinny man.
We in the air that you breathe, every book that you read, available on tape, vinyl, drugs, and CDs. You best believe, free your mind, or better yet, take a seat. I feel compelled to yell at you, cause this time it's for keeps. Can we all get along? I'm just trying to eat, stand on my own feet till my time is complete. Smoke weed and do the rhyme thing, freaking the beat, till I finally retire to my crib on the beach. And hopefully by then, half the world will be free, or at least they'll find something good to put on TV. But word life, I really doubt that seriously, cause if you ask me, the media wants you asleep.
Goes this thing of laws, we keep it in the family. Yamabushi ball is strictly invitation only.
Ultimate rank, double talk, symbolic to the Sphinx. A Jiggin, Da Vinci, that Vince, MK Ultra, Brimstone and Sulfur. Tame it then, hit your brain again for rupture. Lizard King, Lucy in the sky with diamonds, acid in the cylinder. 1 to 5 volts is killing you. Damascus with the cactus, homunculus. The succubus don't fuck with us till the Dutch is bust. Alien and duck me, fuck me. It's doggy dog again. Smoking trees off your Timberland with minty cinnamon. Alternative 3 scenario on radio. Violence of the Chapman needed. PCP patient, conversating with the ancients. Apollo 11 mission, the moon was spray painted. Genesis stone, left alone, I'm the phoenix. My jeans are gray. A one-man danger room sequence. 75th day at Lexington, leprechaun with the leather on. Bombing in the higher echelons. Ground jimmies, come out and smoke with me.
Unloading open souls to a mystical chorus with irresistible force. When we record our on tours, we get you lifted when we kick the 4/4s. Get you screaming more and more while you stomp the poor floor. The greatest thing that ever happened. The potassium with a fat man and a vast plan satisfaction for the rap fans. We work art and embark on these tales. We steady earn hearts like Dale. I'm out, turn spark and bail.
On goes this thing of ours, we keep it in the family. Yamabushi baller, strictly invitation only.
Well, more or less, you'll all get caught up in this vortex. Me and Jerk make bets on who will be on tour next. We glad you coming. The magic summoned your ass to jump in. Our caravan increase like rabbits fucking. Cause at the function, we up to something. Fools leaving tend to end up in funk abduction group meetings. It's kinda creepy. Street teams plus graffiti plus CDs that speak to your spirit like a Ouija. Plus when you see me, that shit is raw like sashimi. It all adds up to fat clubs spelled 3D. And when we speak, we pull the wool back so you don't seek sheep. A speedy recovery from deep sleep. So there's no doubt in my mind that I'll be counting the lines out the venue as I'm shouting these rhymes. But that's my mountain to climb, so the crowd can recline at the Good Life Central with a stout and some kind.
Want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural laws. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural law. Industrial age, molecular terrorism. Fed your personality through your television. Pure poetry is what I use to fuse the exorcism. With the elixir man distracting suckers from the hypnotism. It's the music, drop and snare. Cultural collision, we'll be mixing in the new world. Steady contradiction, backpack kids. Half them hobbled out, half them pimping. Gotta take control, gotta make your own decision. They had 5-1, but they fumbled the ball. Now we up 6-4, and I'm simply enthralled. So who with me? Gonna stay for the long haul. We got the sonic equation to a mall call. Getting tossed in a Walmart, save the earth, y'all. We got these corporations selling it off at low cost. Getting hard to breathe, paper towels made of trees, while hemp is illegal in the land of the free. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural law. We got the wrecking ball smashed through a shopping mall. And what we live by is natural laws. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. And what we live by is natural law. We give y'all the yes, y'all, you give us applause. And what we live by is natural laws.
I had this hypothesis that this planet was a molecule. Got high off some shit till I had solid proof. I kinda saw the truth, so now I rally troops and call the youths. That perfect future won't just fall out the blue. Plus the kings of this land, they don't know how to rule. Making promises that they won't follow through. Connoisseurs are dancing on the roof of a burning building. I turn to children for the point of view that everything you do affects what follows you. And many live without a clue, adding rotten chunks to this pot of stew. The gene pool moves slow and steady like the tortoise do, as we learn how to choose fortitude over morbid moods. Yo, there's always more to do. You wanna make God smile on you? Let your knowledge improve and use it as a power tool. College roots ain't all that polish you. Open your mind in solitude or on the move, and all the rules will be taught to you. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural laws. We in the belly of the beast, crawling straight out the jaws. And what we live by is natural laws. You don't want the effect, then don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural laws. You can shoot for the stars, cause this life here is yours. And what we live by is natural law.
deprived, cause I thrive on that late night Luna, universal communication. Lacing beats with language, anguish gets destroyed, making a wicked paranoid. I avoid rest if it's necessary, testing every evildoer as I pursue the truth. Who the hell wanna touch Chris? I crush this with such ease. I rhyme for every minute if I never get my Z's. These weak MCs chill in their plush jeeps, but they clutch keep slipping. Yo, I think they tripping while they sipping. We ripping verbs and splitting words into sound power. Rocking mics until the final hour. I devour all these negative rap perpetuators. If you acting like a gangsta, I'll check you later. Haters get no recognition, I just listen for the love. Sifting through the rubbish and disposing all these scrubs. Slamming evil like Knievel landing on a truck. You're fucked if your content simply sucks. We get buck, you duck down, the rest you're found dead. We jerking Bry Connor, putting bad guys to bed.
Crush sleep,
rock language,
slam evil. Crush sleep,
rock language,
slam evil. Crush sleep,
rock language,
slam evil.
So don't sleep, cause you might slip pace.
On stage with a mic, known for taking the flight. Frustrated agent of light, and I'll be making shit right. Keeping the place safe for old ladies at night. Cause some say evil run the city, but that shit is all talk. I have no choice but to stay in the streets like crosswalks. My English is broken cause it's too weak to hold strong thoughts that it conveys of the prayers of dragon slayers and samurai. With the cordless air supply, I amplify to the sheer power to crush the Sears Tower to mere powder. Wielding several wavelengths of the same strength amidst the wickedness. My sacred connection seems to break with convention. Cause the universe has rules, but the Most High can make exceptions. He gave my people's tools and he handed me a weapon. Taught me how to use it, said apply it for protection against the weak, wicked, and the foolish, and all their misconceptions. So now my chi release will smash your septum through your rectum. God force, slamming evil, leaving permanent impressions.
The whole task force around my fucking ass.
crush sleep,
rock language, slam evil,
crush sleep,
rock language, slam evil,
crush sleep,
rock language, slam evil.
My fam is like a lightning bolt when we assaulted high voltage. Eyes closed, providing doses after quick diagnosis, serving final notices. Man, I run rhymes to the sutra and never got stuck. I'm not a product, but a producer. Trooping through the mama planet like a shaman having trances, dropping seasons to find the seasons like pomegranates. Right on the master avenger with a must kick ass agenda, stacking like a crack invested limping in the plasma center. Hoover wore a mask and leatherback when they first cooked rocks. Think of all the innocent lives of GW Bush South. One side of the story, that's not good math, sir. Look at you trembling while my wolf pack stirs. I have to see these books captured and put to pasture so I can relax and rewrite the good book chapters. Slash a bushwhackers, push back the Rembrandt. Put the mic in the floor and lick off like bitch dance. Alter ego mental implants, world-renowned troubadour. Shooting for a mansion with a walking humidor. The clerks will dance with me while we spend G's in music stores. True to form cast out the tools of war that I don't use no more. Genuine fresh MCs, go night like sex machines. Expertise for every note that's on the 88 keys. Pray for grace and safety, speak when the moment is right. And keep us on the road of light like it's a homing device. Crush sleep,
rock language,
slam evil.
Crush sleep, rock language,
slam evil.
Crush sleep, rock language,
slam evil.
Eliminate the evil cause I know they hate the crowd.
Crush sleep, rock language,
slam evil.
Crush sleep, rock language,
slam evil.
Crush sleep, rock language,
slam evil.
slam evil.
Life is often like a magic trick, it happens quicker than the eye can trace it. Instinct may be everything you have in many situations. Only thing you trust is just your fundamental movement. Don't be caught operating under the influence.
The best memory is the next memory, and the worst memory is the one you can't remember. The splendor of rendering yourself at the center. Liberation from the last great tormentor.
Floating like smoke rings huddled off by the wind breeze. Breath that sings the timeless hymn. The soul wears a suit made of skin to fade and blend with chronos. In the drama, the molecules of matter co-wrote. Disappear pilgrims in Roanoke. Assimilate the native, become nameless and adapted to let the synapse gas walk a path that's interactive. Recalculate the orbit to the axis. When it grown, give under Caesar, watching gladiator matches till the plot hatches. And sleeper agents awaken, taking hold of mighty pillars. Bring down the house, then turn from mercenaries to builders. Raise the rubble and cinders to form the bricks to build the temple. Torrential rains clean the slate, and we rekindle embers with the efforts of a garden tender. Never forget the garden. Sheep herders never murder, they flock, then beg for pardon. We psychic marksmen walk with caution through the valley of shade and keep our eyes on this hideous face until it fades.
Life is often like a magic trick, it happens quicker than the eye can trace it. Instinct may be everything you have in many situations. Only thing you trust is just your fundamental movement. Don't be caught operating under the influence.
We translate the data from the dreamscape. Underestimate to make it possible to fit inside the molecules and strands of carbon that come across as words on another man's thought train. Kinda sound absurd, but I'ma say it like I see it. Most will eat the shit they feed us. I don't need it for the fact that I simply don't believe it. Besides, who makes these facts? We digest as if they honest. No common denominator, constantly astonished by the chaos. Nothing stays the same, so while I'm on it, I'ma do it nice. Rock the house until it's haunted. Be the cultural exiles, caravan, American experiment. Highways circling the terrapin. Cars, trucks, and vans change hands like some medicine. Expand across the surface while we're searching for intelligence. Forget all you know, but somehow keep it together. It don't matter how you got here. What's important is finding pleasure. Whether you on the road trying to live vegetarian or arrogantly yelling at the staff up in the Sheridan. Can't go by living life by comparison. You can be original or choose to be embarrassing.
I look a liar in his eyes and strive to stay alert. Despise or minimize your trials or ill advised. I represent what I believe until it's fire in the skies. Living like the early bird with a flock which leaves a dirty word. From a standpoint, man, these androids got us under some pressure, but holds them tougher than leather. So yo, fuck it, whatever. As long as I stay focused, it's still coming together. And just the knowledge of this gives me something to treasure and a reason to write home. Salesmen slick like whale shit, hit the strike zone. Some fools take aim and attempt to place blame. Praise themselves, not the Lord, till they own great shame. My attitude is gratitude. Hey, fuck the dumb. I'm a compass on a planet that is somewhat fun. Plan to stay that way until the sun's unplugged and the fabric of the universe has come undone.
The next memory is the best memory, and the worst memory is the one you can't remember. The splendor of rendering yourself at the center. Liberation from the last great tormentor. Got the English translation of the Roman translation of the Greek translation of the pure Babylonia. Sumerian librarians of nomenclature digits up to 12 plus the hidden, the Rosetta Stone of physics. Nowadays, holy men can't crucify the mystics, so they stack them in the prisons in the name of better business. It's high time to stop believing they religion. They've been killing innocents ever since we started building. Fill in the blanks best you can. What's deleted will reappear over time exactly when it's needed. I gave my life to fight lies, help the speechless. Ever wonder why you don't know about the history of Egypt? You're about to. Who'd have thought that you possessed the strength? Now you're right up on the brink. You just kinda missing length. Time to think before the ship or fool begin to sink. Can you see yourself standing up and living out your dreams?
Souls are not given at birth. They can be earned through the definitive works of how you live on this earth. So realize what every minute is worth. And put your fear second, cause the mission is first.
Fear is a tool and a weapon. Fear is the cage that you're kept in. Fear is the fun house. Fear is reflection. Fear is tension. Fear is fear of attention and being controversial. Fear is TV commercials and newspaper personals. Fear is curfew when the president says there's nothing to fear, but fear is something that's ominous, cause making you fear everything else is the root of politics. I was treading water in the river Styx, equal distances between mystic bliss and where the prisons is. Tried to hitch a lift from a passing boatman, but did he give a shit? Nah, he tried to pistol with me, but he missed my lid because his grip had slipped. That's when I realized it was a syndicate and fear was the cash crop. So I grabbed that corporate mascot and I pulled his ass off into his own moat and stole his boat and his control of my soul. Fuck his totem pole, they pot of gold and they protocol. They prodigal sons and some got fossil fuel funds. And yo, a lot of you done they work without no knowledge of them. This isn't fiction. Some feed on fear, it's an addiction. There's a pyramid scheme for hearing the screams of global citizens, but their power is fake. We got the power to shake their foundations and pound these satans with sound vibrations.
Souls are not given at birth. They can be earned through the definitive works of how you live on this earth. So realize what every minute is worth. And put your fear second, cause the mission is first.
I watch Huns for lost in this church go in business, sounding quasi-religious, claiming their godly intentions. Still the face of every faith is gonna sponsor divisions, like these corporate Christians and all the facts they keep missing. Now I'm on honest Charybdis. Fuck these fraudulent bitches. It's time to double cross the system, dump the dogma in ditches. Appalled by the riches and their martyrhood sickness. Watch them lost in the midst of the dark they existed. Gotta want competition, just progress in a mission. Try to solve the infinite. What the fuck are y'all thinking? Appalled by your inklings of falling from kingship. Stalling your victim count. Sounds like you're finished. Making billions of prisons with their twisted convictions. Televised executions, and we were shot politicians. I parted and listened towards resolving dissension. Dropping hostile pretenses to the monsters what's headed. I watched the citizens draw cringing, pathetic. We all fear extinction, but if called to defend it, are you brawling, abending, overhauling, surrendering, or harnessing strength to see the garden well tended? Can't be partial in presence in our march to the heavens. It is stark comprehension of this art of invention. So don't block God's reception or dog out her reflection, cause she needs lots of attention and thoroughly thought out questions. I did quick on grave diggers and the nickel plates wisdom. When I cross the stream in a short minute, praise given. If the gate lives in plain shift, master stays with them while this passion repeats, breaking my soul free for instant.
Souls are not given at birth. They can be earned through the definitive works of how you live on this earth. So realize what every minute is worth and put your fear second, cause the mission is first.
Footsteps perilous on the path of a heretic, opposite of an atheist, cause I say it's not religion, it's mainly just a relationship between me and the force that created this universe. Planet down the line of Homo sapiens ain't got the energy to babysit the fatalists. Just do my daily bit for changing it with the faith of a patriot in the face of the dangerous. Shown the ropes in this manifestation shit, so I go for broke in my ways of explaining it. Cause if everything we did was just for conjuring laws, we turned to wandering stars, never have gotten this far. Keep my impulses pushing out a positive charge. Play my hand to take the stand, failure is not in the cards. I've set my goal on self-control from head to toe in every part, down to quarks and neutrinos. Set a new street code, tight as a Bushido, cause my main objective is to stay protected. Learn basic lessons, straight directives, just ain't intended, I can only make suggestions. Cause I'm trying to earn a soul so it can earn a place in heaven. I'm trying to earn a soul so it can earn a place in heaven.
Souls are not given at birth. They can be earned through the definitive works of how you live on this earth. So realize what every minute is worth and put your fear second, cause the mission is first.
Buckets on a city street corner, trying to catch some ducats, make it back to California. But everywhere I step, people treat me like a foreigner. New world disorder has a sight grown shorter. How long am I gonna have to battle these divisions, trying to live non-fiction? But these people cause friction, they play the wrong rhythm, but I ain't going with them, catching flack for how I act when shedding light's my religion. I'm staring straight through all your star-spangled judgments. You're hating on a stranger when he's probably your cousin, and all that for nothing, creating dysfunction. People afraid of one another over just an assumption. If you could see aim Lakesh, no matter color, name or sex, and give enough respect to all the people that you met, then you could rest in peace instead of walking these streets with all that tension between the world and you, making your life incomplete. Don't hate me cause I'm beautiful, that's all you can do. If you was me, you'd know how nice it feels to walk in these shoes. You see, I'm living out those dreams you only wish to be true. That's why your problem with me is just a problem with you. You make the gold stack quicker, but you're bitter and cold. You won't ever cash in if you ain't free in your soul. Fuck this city and this game, this kid's reaching his goal. I'll take my change in my thumb and hit the side of the road.
So many faces walk the streets completely loveless, touched with a numbness, no apparent drive to overcome it. Watching life through the lenses of its primetime coverage. Media control via genitals and stomachs. Without these crutches, they don't come up. It's a subject has don't wanna fuck with. Resigned to assume the worst of the entire universe. Never capture what they after, cause they shooting first. Don't think to ask the questions and never knew its worth. Slips away while they not paying attention. Now all they do is curse. Once doubt shook the outlook, they abandon their faith. And I'll be damned if I'm facing the ramifications of them uncontrolled negative manifestations. So I just shake it off, let it slide like a duck's ass. Arrange a thought, let it ride like a bus pass, just to keep the praise on my lips like a mustache. The average caveman sees me stretching new extensions of idea like a waistband and looks at me like a spaceman. But I'm no astronaut, I'm just a janitor who walks up and down his path a lot.
Only a few things in this world that's important. Sure as fuck, ain't this news they reporting? Base, fortify your mind, release endorphins. If you judging by appearance, my man, you catch the short end. I mix opals in with my carrot juice. Now I'm invisible, not to mention bulletproof, cause I don't believe in them. See, I'm easily amused, and since I got so much to do, I usually seem pretty confused. But don't take my space look for conceited. I got a beat going in my head, and plus I'm weeded. Get high. Once upon a time I came across doubt. I smoked his ass out instead of drowning in was stout. Same difference, two paths through the same house. Believing in yourself is what it seems it's all about. Like the greatest love of all. Some walk, some crawl, some run, some fall. I'm a haul ass BMX ride, relive my youth. While I'm telling party people they should go and grow some food. Raise the roof, let loose, protest, see truth, write news. Hey, it's your fucking life, it's up to you.
Ugliest looks. So if love is a book, you gotta wonder which pages got sook. But the crooks of captivity, living in the shadows, everybody fighting battles where we can live as over channels. People give the ugliest looks. So if love is a book, you gotta wonder which pages got sook. But the crooks of captivity, living in the shadows, everybody fighting battles where we can live as open channels.
Abundance of ambition, but the crucial part, the mission, or the force that makes decision. You stuck with no vision, cut out and find a vision for its life that you've been given. Don't waste it sitting wishing, get down and get your dishing of piranha you've been missing, and get listening closer to your inner kid that lies within. More important than the ego, the pain is meant to clear those and bring them back from zero, because your soul is always near you. So hear through all the nonsense, spin back and find your conscience, and deal with inner topics and vocalize your optics. For the truth, it's hard to spot it when it's changing like the clock ticks. So inspect before you cop it. Hit your content that's in question in the lesson of life. There's no wrong to right, it's just a matter of insight. To be a light, you have to have a source of energy running through you fluently. Be an inspiration, dedication to the game of roll, uncover it so
trying to liven up your senses in this world of many colors. Shut your eyes in prayer, let your chakras get to know each other. So discovery, the luxury that's free to those present, if nothing less. We hope that y'all find peace for a second. We liven up the dance for action in this world of many colors. Shut your eyes in prayer, let your chakras get to know each other. So discovery, the luxury that's free to those present, if nothing less. We hope that y'all find peace for a second.
I run with a couple of robots, some insects and a hybrid who tag shit like don't sleep on the insides of your eyelids. Spend most of their days in a haze like Isaac. Them psilocybin diving, gaijin. They go the whole nine and take the Heisman to break your headspace out the red tape to keep you in the checkmate like a coke addiction. I fought the Lord with no decision, cause I was on a solo mission till I reached the pole position. When I saw the total vision, it felt like my soul had risen to a place with no divisions from the old religions. Adjusting to this new art of motion was my hardest moment since I started smoking. But freestyle's the lifestyle and cold flowing like the Arctic Ocean. From the papyrus to the stylus, my heart is open like my iris as it widens several sizes to reach the levels of the wisest. Poetry with pure potency, vocally the way it's supposed to be, then spread it socially, both globally and locally. Whether hype like free beasties with the heebie-jeebies, or notably lower key like Noah D, I keep it close to me.
We trying to liven up your senses in this world of many colors. Shut your eyes in prayer, let your chakras get to know each other. So discovery, the luxury that's free to those present, if nothing less. We hope that y'all find peace for a second. We liven up the dance for action in this world of many colors. Shut your eyes in prayer, let your chakras get to know each other. So discovery, the luxury that's free to those present, if nothing less. We hope that y'all find peace for a second. Now close your eyes, this touches all your lives in disguise. Look for clues like vision quest for an Indian tribe. We survived imprisonment and militant predicament, watching the ill intent rot from the dark where villains rest. But in the light of intellect that we invent, base creation interest, invoke less to start start to build introspect. Well, social unrest apexes, opening chest to discotheques. These cities guys can't really lie. Man, this shit's so stressed. In a sense, it's the intense and governmental holographs and put signs all over the map. They want the broker falling back to wander tracks through the wilderness and dissonance, riddled with indifference, ambivalence, and shivering. Out in the shitstorm, with nothing but a snakeskin, chest aching. Just when that seems breathtaking, bloodsuckers are gestating offspring. 40 industry creating coffins. Let's be careful crossing the street. It's possible that heads ain't stopping, but I can't accept the option of becoming a missing person or watching conditions worse than being an unfinished version. Nah, this is the convergence of limitless searching, so misinterpret all you like till the picture is perfect. We riddle and nurtures, burn circuits tastefully. Basically, the aim that makes it complete, we break it free through soul discovery. We find alignment up your senses in this world of many colors. Shut your eyes in prayer, let your chakras get to know each other. Soul discovery, the luxury that's free to those present, and nothing less. We hope that you'll find peace for a second. We liven up the dance floor action in this world of many colors. Shut your eyes in prayer, let your chakras get to know each other. Soul discovery, it's free to those present, and nothing less. We know that you'll find peace for a second.
What's with the plans you choose?
You say you're doing it for solution,
while still your hands you use.
You say you're fighting the pollution,
while in the midst of the confusion.
Well, could you see through the illusion?
Still in choice you choose abuse.
Now tell me, who are you abusing?
Exercise control. Whoa, exercise control. Until we're closer to pure life in our soul. I've seen you dropping clues.
You say you're doing it for attraction,
but still you paid no dues.
that you're liking the reaction,
you say you think you'd never lose,
and that it's giving you satisfaction.
But when you begin to refuse,
then tell me, who receives the action?
Exercise control. Oh, exercise control. Until we're closer to pure life in our soul. You live the life of the muse.
You say you're forming a resistance,
but do you bring critical news?
that it's right up in the distance,
while still stuck on patterns of who?
You say you're having premonitions,
while you sit back and watch the fuse.
stay true to your decision.
Exercise control. Whoa, exercise control. Until we're closer to
that I have to find a side. Used to be to me a mystery. At the start, my heart felt angel spring and bliss to me. Timidly pursue, fidgety. When you sit with me, my system music notes stoked just to be kissing me. But eventually, divinity would shapeshift instantly. Facelift, now the image be obscenity. Sorry, but goodbye, cause you suddenly ceased to interest me. Now you're pissed at me, your history, I treat you frigidly. Who's the next to get with me? But now I'm feeling kinda hollow, shallow. I harbor sorrows in my bone marrow. And I know my road is narrow, cause I won't let it be wide. But see, I never let no girl in the world get that deep inside. So people call me player, say the worst and think that I'm selfish. But it ain't that clear, there's fear in here, and I really can't help it. But you can tell it to the wind, cause that's the only one that listens. So I took a sabbatical, fasted for mass and asked for some wisdom. Down the path I met a goddess, thought it's time to give a chance to enhance the expanse of my freelance existence. Tried to glance past the pants of the majesty. Instead of imagine it, must have worked, cause 1 year later, she'd still be looking fabulous. I seen you looking fabulous.
I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, I seen you looking fabulous.
I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, I seen you looking fabulous.
I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, I seen you looking fabulous.
Hey baby, you looking fabulous.
There stood the goddess, vivider than I had pictured. Her presence merely a whisper to a magnificent listener. Smile sinister, with the swagger like a signature. Moving so fluent, perhaps the Spanish type. Causing me to dream of her amber sight through candlelight. Maybe if I saw the chance in sight, I could bag it up like Samsonite. If it was handled right, the most likely answer.
Sorry baby, we just can't tonight.
So I watch as the dense parade of gents make attempts from some vain respect and expose their goal to engage in sex, unaware their face reflects the pointless waste their game presents. But same as them, I'm wishing she was into me. Difference is no trickery in my delivery. Only the naked truth may produce victory and attain the slippery divinity in this sister of mystery. The vibe you push is just so passionate, it's hard to fathom it. I'd rather just sit back with it than play the strategist and try to capture it. Guess we just those passing ships. So I'ma step off for now and remember the night that I seen you looking fabulous. Yeah, girl, I seen you looking fabulous.
I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, I seen you looking fabulous.
Nah, I seen you looking fabulous.
I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, girl, I seen you looking fabulous.
Yeah, I seen you looking fabulous.
Tennis ball, keep pushing out the real like sodium pentothal. Foul mouth jerk, baby, the name says it all. The sloppy ass walking polygraph, and my posse has a rep to the neck like Johnny Cash in a hockey mask. A dozen outlaws making house calls, plotting downfalls on any pop bitch with top hits that are really foul balls. Original musicians with a new vision born inside the soup kitchen. Buck rides on stool pigeons that got to use fiction. Stories sound like sci-fi, talking like they wise guys, knowing they be lamping in their drawers, reading high times, thinking like yesterday, thinking of a better way. While we take the horde on tour and be reporting on the escapades.
Yeah, I'm rapping, that's what's happening. I speak the truth.
I manifest.
That's what's happening.
Welcome back, welcome home. The psychedelic tones of the God force return the record dome till it's set in stone. Like philosophers, shooting hypnotic blurs of sacred geometry sonically through the monitors and out into the theaters through house speakers until the Metatron's view can be viewed by devout seekers. A band without leaders, but inspiration in abundance, creating a bumping funk more pungent than green onions. Masterpieces are spoken faster than weeds growing as we manufacture poems to beats and beats to poems. Hoping to reach the freaks and smoking a lot of green and put them on a team with the perspective of a Hashashin, blasting the last bastions of negativity till we bulldoze these bozos and manifest our own reality. Actively living the good life till the painted faces of the evil clown network get jerked back in their places. All races united under the Almighty. Yeah, I'm a seated God, but still the Jesus baby don't look like me. I sightsee, follow past through beauty and squalor, making dollars as a road scholar, not a blue collar. The pay for another day of life like Vespucci's ransom and make more tracks for this Slactivist movie anthem. I speak the truth.
Yeah, I'm rapping, that's what's happening.
I speak the truth. I manifest.
That's what's happening.
Now when my fam come together, it's a sight to behold, shedding light on each scroll. Weak minds and free souls, dedicated every second to these goals. Preparing some lines to throw my brothers in that deep hole. I rep true street soldiers who don't raise their fist, who look aggressors in their eyes and say, explain that shit. Man, everybody got problems. My method is released, now I snatch weapons off the beach, cause even the president's a thief and a liar. I breathe in a cipher is born, so you leave with a higher sense of self by the morn. I peddle mental health to motivate like camp counselors. For all you sad founders, your mind needed a tad louder. They act sour while we snatch power from evil doers. These guys are sleeping sure while they sink in deep manure. Rocking videos, nachos, that's awful truth. What's worse, man, you're not gonna boots with prostitutes, making constant moves, heart and soul in solitude, screaming about, you got the loop, but then you lost it. Poof, God forced the unlimited ingenue on a tour of fortune, laying the waste to 4 horsemen, leaving a scorching hole, back to the secret fortress to make more hits to warm your soul.
I speak the truth. Yeah, I'm rapping, that's what's happening.
Album number 9.
I speak the truth.
I manifest.
That's what's happening.
The day was hot, and the wine was refreshing.
Come my way for 40 days and for 40 insights. Sink into the stars of these Arabian Nights. From Don Morocco's block to the Golan Heights, we're searching for a song to turn the wrong into right, by handling mics to bring it sweet like Mandarin spice. We're slamming it nice to get you high like Anders in flight. The dawn and the light is back like a comic, like Tutankhamun bombing. We're scribes writing sovereign sonnets, my caravan is on it, chanting psalms in the palms of an oasis, to pull together separated races like sipping sacrament at the Bedouin's teapot, and playing fat jams with the griot and the beatbox. I sail the Nile with the violin Osiris, compiled a dope style and on the side invented papyrus. Pack my camels back with plenty of drink, release the link between the Syrians and the Sphinx. A sand dune, land surf, verse birth, the word heard, her plans furthering the surfacing misdeeds he can't murder. So when I spit my stories like Scheherazade, people everywhere applaud, cause I stay aware of God.
We measure time by sand through an hourglass, cause the desert lasts through future, present, and past.
Desert is a capricious lady. Sometimes she drives men crazy.
Now this may only be based solely on the peyote, but I think we're sinking through the hourglass. That cactus said we're out of gas, there's vultures overhead. I think they wanna grab our stash. I should've kept my rabbit ass in Madagascar with the harem in the glass jar, but still I had to laugh, cause my life is gone a fright melange, a product of the spice melange. It really is a nice mirage and seems to just ignite the thoughts, whether it be right or wrong. I'm not gonna fight it all, just keep it moving right along, cause swim against the current would only make it worse. And if I don't quit gurping, I'll be permanently Persian, lampooned and marooned out here on these sand dunes, drowning in canned news, surrounded by damn loons, worshipping Ishtar, strumming on sit guitars. Travel down the barrel just to discharge the bizarre. Seems like a dream, but I can't go to sleep, cause I might overheat and awaken deceased. And just as I lose all hope of surviving, I look and I see someone on the horizon. Who are those acrobats lamping on camelbacks of Cadillacs, smoking stuff, going nuts? Think I recognize those cats. Oh, it's us.
We measure time by sand through an hourglass, as the desert lasts through future, present, and past. And substance changes form.
What a night of astral travel, a real cliffhanger. I woke up with 6 strangers deep inside the king's chamber, in the sarcophagus next to an obelisk, with a disclaimer that said spirits separate from their containers at their own risk. Well, no shit, I've known this for 5 lives. Cleared up my blurry third eye sight so I could drive right. Threw on my turban and started swerving my magic rug, bumping classic dubs of dervish chants through my massive subs. Everyone's hearing it as I leave the pyramids, feeling high-spirited from 4th dimension curative. Just killing time, sipping wine from a genie's crib. Ever since I let his ass out, yo, I ain't seen the kid, and that's suspicious, but my wishes got granted. So now the apparel of a pharaoh is my standard. Number 2, I use more wisely to get accepted into the left eye of Horus Mystery School Society, where I meditate on why we here, so I can see clear while sniffing a vitamin, tripping and drinking Egyptian beer. And there I linked up with the rest of my clan, who chose to manifest in this land after a death in the sands in a former life. And it's sorta like a family reunion, except that you might not be human, but it's up to you, man. So for my 3rd wish, I chose that the next time I surface on earth, it's to furnish Jenny Junk beats with perfect verses. Federation Agent 23, the CAC money tree. Yeah, this is GFE. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. My validity come from years of solidity while living the life of the broke, still claiming victory by filling sheets with written tidbits of imagery, making it vivid like a DVD film of me, consistently hitting your sensory organs with portions of my soul that unfold in recordings and live shows. I make them explode cause I'm a pyro. I write flows mystic like hieroglyphics in Cairo. Fuck a golden idol cause I'm a disciple of spirit. That's why my lyrics are vampiric. You can hear it from others that wanna smother their brothers and make them suffer while I hover above you like a cloud cover, raining down profound sounds that pound clowns into the ground. Burial mounds are found around town, and the headstone lets it be known I kill negative energy like LSD kills a heroin Jones. Not your average Aryan clone. Live life through stereotypes and be very alone. Or dig the various tones of this universal circle and find virtue on the back of this flying turtle. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. Yo, wake up out your coma. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. And get the fuck off your sofa. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. Ayo, life is never over. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. Ayo, I dropped out of school cause it kept me from learning. Stopped going to church cause it kept me from searching. Quit my fucking job cause it kept me from earning. Now my mind is my degree, confirmation and insurance. And I'm certain that I'm on the right path, surfing the white caps emerging in the light past the curtain. My walls dropped like Berlin, and now freedom exists. In every moment of the seasons it shift, I ride the wavelengths, dipping through the troughs and the peaks. Sometimes I get so high I don't fall off for a week. Other days it ain't sweet, I feel lost in defeat. But still I'm down cause at least I know it's all cause of me. What can you offer to free? I feel content like a Taoist. I spent hours staring at skies that were cloudless, but far from powerless. I'm out to get my rightful kingdom with a bad case. It can't be stopped by shit syndrome. You can say my mind's been blown by my success, although officially sub poverty, I'm still blessed beyond my wildest dreams. Keep an eye on my team, cause fuck a piece, we gon' take the pie and the ice cream. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. Yo, wake up out your coma. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. And get the fuck off your sofa. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. Yo, man, life is never over. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with a triple diploma in the school of life. I ain't here to say set a trend just to deliver medicine to the vast amount of MCs that I'll be better than. They represent like they had a speech impediment. Couldn't spell intelligent if I said the 10 letters at the end of it. When I sit with a pen, I hit pinnacles. 5 fingers full of dependable musical centerfolds. I tend to flow tight like a drumhead from Senegal. Many fools strive to be identical and rent their souls out for the contract. As I bomb tracks in contact, levels higher than the Adirondacks. I'm on that shit to get a party going. So open, I become the spokesman of the moment and start flowing like the ocean. The potion is the rhythm that I'm hitting when I'm spitting these written on written transmissions of vision that blast the system and hold the planet down like electromagnetism. Cause that's the mission of the Galactic Federation. In my estimation, it'll be one generation before we stop being friends to Satan and separation and start saving this space station with meditation. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with the triple diploma in the school of life. Hey yo, wake up out your coma. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with the triple diploma in the school of life. And get the fuck off your sofa. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with the triple diploma in the school of life. Yo, life is never over. I'm a Rhodes Scholar with the triple diploma in the school of life.
After soccer starts to unfold, I turn my art into an empire. After soccer starts to unfold, now look at the world that I'm asking for. Dollars in my pocket, the man it pays to be smart. I turn my art into an empire.
Every minute that we slip, so consider this a visionary's wish as we kick it for these kids that are living very sick, low down and underhanded like a quisenberry pitch. I wouldn't call myself conscious, just painfully aware to the state of affairs, and prefer to prepare than to submerge in despair, living nervous and scared. So I lead by example. When your projection's impressive, heads want they feet in your sandals. So let's show them how we do things up in the Ville, cause these suckers are still just loving the thrills from them government pills, and have yet to realize that it's crushing their wills. Backbones are vanished, strong minds been made passive off Xanax. Once healthy, now manic, bugging like phone tabs, housing mountains of Valium, suck down whole stacks of Prozac, sniffing special K for several days, fuck down in every way, and in the streets trying to swing weight. You can't even think straight, cause all them chemicals are erasing your thoughts, got you paying the cost. I keep seeing all these faces looking vacant and lost, and it's a terrible sight to see her sharing their life with their heroin spike. When you care for them right, guess they see something in themselves that they can't bear in the light. And the path ain't straight, but it's narrow and tight, and y'all are paying for your coffins in 20 buck installments. So I remain cautious, cause my memory is haunted with the people in my life who fell off, and yo, I never would've thought it.
Done pushed out the reasonable why. So can you tell me why we're here? Doubts proclaim the look in your eyes. Questions don't belong, disturbed by the weight of your side. Shelling out your passion and your fears, stashing the person I held near.
Do you remember our first conversations? I've always held certain revelations sacred, made in the days when we would sit interlacing jokes with statements and quotations. That was a huge part of my soul's creation. Traveling broke, following smoke from our pipe dreams, and from the kind green we sparked until we needed Visine. We made a tight team, manifested worlds from light beams. In psychedelic realms we met ourselves as our most high beings. Eventually we parted ways as friends, but yo, the praise don't end. I'm always thanking God for what he gave us then. That inspiration gave me strength to always keep my path and go the length when shit gets bad and I don't see no cash. You taught me even when the rain is pouring to stay blessed with a progress of consciousness is most important. So I went from freestyling to recording to throwing shows. Next time I see you, 5 years down the road at one of those, out in the cold with no coat, snot froze beneath your nose, 5 miles there with eyes half closed, laughing when there ain't no joke, too spun to speak a sentence, amazed without an entrance, senseless, a menace to yourself, needing attendance. We used to mesh, who would guess you'd be a drooling mess of human flesh that almost couldn't recognize me in your cluelessness. I swallowed hard, could not believe what you felt to. I tried to help you in what you would not help yourself through, but in the end no one can live somebody's life except for them. And since I met you then, I pray that you'll receive this message sent. These are my sentiments, find your way back out the nightmare, and when your sight's clear, come check me out, cause I'll be right here.
Done pushed out the reasonable why. So can you tell me why we're here? Doubts proclaim the look in your eyes. Questions don't belong, disturbed by the weight of your side. Shelling out your passion and your fear, stashing the person I held near.
Rappers all swear they word is born, but we can't all be the bomb. And watching barbarians pose as humanitarians, I hear the laughter of crime. Started off conscious, but quickly moved on to the hardcore street motherfucker on the block more than trash cans. Metamorphosized to the ill psycho killer madman, murdering into your last stand. But these days you a player, and I can see what's in your head like a CAT scan. So why you talking about punching clutches on your sports coupe such and such as we be riding public buses, fill our stomachs with the hummus, then rummage through the rubbish for lunches on low budgets. No whack rap will go unpunished. So what you do when you see for or you keep it real, just out depend on the trends. See, hip-hop's just talking about the universe from the point of view that you sit in. When you assume a false position, can't project its true vision. You just a living contradiction with some bullshit opinions. I constantly increase my aptitude by moving to the right latitude and longitude, eating ganja food in solitude. Son, I promise you, if how you feel and how you think is what you speak and what you write, then it's all Marley and everything's gonna be alright.
Everything you've seen this far made you into what you see, and now you don't know who you are. That's the way it's supposed to be. Everything you've seen this far made you into what you see, and now you don't know who you are. That's the way it's supposed to be.
I got love like a game of tennis, a high percentage. I represent it, and it diminish any blemish. I send it deep into your head like a dentist, to get you high like a chemist, laying sheets in your Guinness. From start to finish, I'm all about the good feeling. So fuck the screw face, cause vampires ain't appealing. Energy stealing ain't nothing but the path to ruin. So watch your attitude and what you're doing for the movement. And fuck violence, I wanna see faces smiling from Thailand to the island of the sirens. We ain't in silent compliance with these giant tyrants. We in defiance and changing the times like Mayan science. Under the guidance of messages from black holes, we walk through time warps to white dwarfs and throw fat shows on some intergalactic telepathic rap shit. This enthusiastic and drastic to the last trip, and everyone has this ability for creation. So be patient. Your power's either latent or it's blatant. Ain't no one baking a cadence, but Satan's agents. Man, they've been shortchanging your payment statements, but you is shaming. So regain your spirit, guys, or be paralyzed by fear and lies and staring eyes to a high degree like Fahrenheit or Celsius. The one who knows himself is the wealthiest.
Everything you've seen this far made you into what you see, and now you don't know who you are. That's the way it's supposed to be. Everything you've seen this far made you into what you see, and now you don't know who you are. That's the way. So I'd explain, but it's too intense. When I get done MC and turn back to Clark Kent, always got my rent, although I wonder where it went. Seems like no matter how much money I got it spent. Hell-bent on original art, I represent everything I ever seen. I got the illest intent, compliments to the center of my current events. That's me, plus a shout to all the ladies and gents that's believing in the evidence I strangely present. We make it real right now, we got lives to invent. Throwing punches at the wall without making a dent, that's ignorant. I think it's time to check your intent. Instead of hoarding riches, I'll be sipping on a porter. Finally see the patterns that exist in disorder, while false information got a hold on the mortals. We gon' speak the truth until it opens up the portals. Got the beast by the short hairs causing distractions, kids getting high worldwide, chain reaction. Oh yeah, I love to smoke a joint, thanks for asking. On the highway while the real world's collapsing. Waves of satisfaction. Yeah, putting competition in trash. They made a whole new truth inside the void of fact and fiction. I listen to my elders, but make my own decisions. In this place we live, it's ever changing like the season. Adaptation to environment will separate the heathen. All you loggers and smog making factories that skeezing. Don't close up, pack your shit, mama say you leaving. Cause you threaten God's green earth as a whole. The only reason is profit. This shit is getting old, no more clear cuts, no dumb fucks, no pocket in the budget. All you politicians pissing in the bullshit, kick the bucket. But these taxpayers know what's going on and they say fuck it. I say revolution now, but they just tell me change the subject. Every light that shining in this gathered tribe got a piece of the infinite kept locked inside. Time to share it if you know how to be alive. Half these ghosts walking around still don't know that they died.
It's a high cost when the robbers are cops, and all the pressures on the people and it's wrecking the thoughts. From the poverty spots to the government's lie, you ain't gonna win a war if you don't have a fight. And now the battle's on, and the buyers rage, and all your crazy ways have caught you in another blaze. But keep it cool, kid, and watch the tables turn. Now check the lesson learned to relieve the burn.
There's only one crime in this country, and it's called being broke. It kills slowly, like secondhand smoke. Cause as a secondhand showtime from the clock, fallen angels rot on jail cell cots. To the stale smell of the cops exhaling pot that was mailed to the block from the same crop the kids got popped for. Why would they wanna stop the war on drugs when they on drugs and got yours? And a lot more, stockpiled Gestapo style to use as bait. They're scared of kids that can hallucinate and choose their fate. So they investigate to press a case against you. And if you're sensible, you spend your jewels to send a fool to defend you. But if you can't afford a lawyer, they'll provide one for you, who'll ignore your rights and destroy you while pretending he's in your corner. See, this ain't about narcotics. Prisons are a conglomerate, jails are the product. Fines, bail, and slave labor's the profit. So to stop this, we must become crooked cops anonymous and define the line between where they honor us and where they conquer us. As accomplices, we got to closely watch who watches us. The justice system is just a system, and it needs some fucking monitors.
It's a high cost when the robbers are cops, and all the pressures on the people and it's wrecking their thoughts. From the poverty spots to the government's lie, you ain't gonna win a war if you don't have a fight. And now the battle's on, and the fires rage, and all your crazy ways have caught you in another blaze. But keep your cool, kid, and watch the tables turn. Now check the lesson learned to relieve the burn.
Capitalism's a game of precision moves, and no, I don't wanna play, I damn sure ain't gonna lose. Gotta snatch the ruby shoes and work my way around the rules. I paid attention to them heads when they was dropping them jewels, picked them up and polished them. In any situation, I be opting for the optimum, and certainly the currency is what they follow in Washington. The war on drugs keeps them feasting on soil and green, living in mansions, and those with family loyalties take big chances to pay a king's ransom in lawyer fees. They be setting traps like the Methamphetamine Prevention Act, only meant to peel the First and Fourth Amendments back, and the Senate sent it past in seconds flat. Hoping for an honest Congress ain't logic, and cops run mob-style protection raps. U.S. agencies propagating both sides of the war. The CIA keeps supplying the poor with them products to chop up in lines and then snort. So exactly what's a felony? The Bush family got that good candy, pushing cocaine and LSD in their secret life. So if the scene ain't seeming right, my cheap advice, yo Holmes, don't eat the white. I'ma stick to this ganja, and all I need's a light.
It's a high cost when the robbers are cops, and all the pressures on the people and it's wrecking their thoughts. From the poverty spots to the government's lie, you ain't gonna win a war if you don't have a fight. And now the battle's on, and the fires rage, and all your crazy ways have caught you in another blaze. But keep it cool, kid, and watch the tables turn. Now check the lesson learned to relieve the burn.
How can we claim divine providence? It marks our dreams of dignity, a land conceived in liberty, but we know trickery. The leaders speak maliciously to steer us towards bloodlust, from your pubs to gun nuts, with primetime shootouts and drug busts, leaving nothing untouched. With full onslaught aggressions, who desensitize us with the crimes that's hot off the presses. Lies and genocides, a game of guesses, making killing seem easy. You can't feel it, but it looks real as shit on TV. Wage a war on the poor, send our youth to do tours and shoot first while we research new forms of brute force. They tested L on black soldiers, daily double their doses to provoke a psychosis deep enough to control it. But it's vanished in the wake, left behind the ship of state, sailing the seas to pick up weight or pricks the eight. Well, kids today got to watch the shit they say and wind up lost in the system. Keep your mind on a mission or fall short to the high cost of living.
quickest. My mind reels a paw with it. When all I can do is score the dim-witted till the skin thickens. With imprints, maybe a sense of conviction for those who live stricken with fears and inhibition. War spot for the same reason you built a fence. You might miss the inference, but nowadays they get killed in the trenches of America. Right in your backyard, you swear you don't understand the transformations, but they terrible. Since accepting or suggesting further endeavors of weaponry should have been deaded. The threats of aggression are getting too predictable and typical. This shit's so unforgivable. There's no condition for living in or getting older, letting children grow up in. So here's a substantial something. The expansion of positive expression and abundance. The funk prints, newsletters promoting peaceful examples for the sake of seeing people in shambles. Seeing people in shambles.
Started thinking that only they could work this out, and how it feels when you are sinking, but you know that you work it out. To see through all their damage, see they're only gonna hurt themselves in the long run. Only gonna hurt themselves and gulp themselves too deeply to turn it back around on us. They couldn't even if they tried. They couldn't even if they tried. Now we see through all their damage. Lies plagued in reality. Lies poised in opposition to their damaged philosophy. Find a place to rise, my child, and go see what you have to see. Find a place to rise, my child, and go see what you have to see.
Dig this knowledge written with a stylus on a piece of papyrus by an Egyptian god with the body of a man and the head of an ibis. Beautiful as an iris, strong as a cypress, they ignite this flow. 4 timeless words, as above, so below. Now this was bestowed on humanity as a gift from Ra, so we can explore metaphor and learn more from the shit we saw. Blessed by seraphim, we studied life through holy comparison. In the time before winter solstice got turned into Christmas caroling. Now this American life to some seems very well, but to others, a living hell. You can draw the parallel to any other civilization that ever existed. As they became more materialistic and less mystic, their thoughts drifted. Right now we in a time of the decline of the mind of mankind, and a shift in paradigm from the divine to how to design more technological oddities. So we live life like the Jetsons, so wrapped up in finding the answer, we forgot the fucking question. It's a shame seeing brains trying to explain scientific claims when they can't even explain why they came to the earthly plane. You need a cornerstone before you build a building, and I wouldn't call it wisdom till you can pass it on to all your children. So I hope you listen, cause the world can change with one decision, and the most important thing in life is living and not resisting. It's surprising how appetizing the horizon could be, so why let our society die in a twist of irony?
Thinking that only they could work this out, and how it feels when you are sinking, but you know that you work it out. To see through all their damage, see they only gonna hurt themselves in the long run. Only gonna hurt themselves and gulp themselves too deeply to turn it back around on us. They couldn't even if they tried. They couldn't even if they tried. Now we see through all their damage. Lies plagued in reality. Lives poised in opposition to their damaged philosophy. Find a place to rise, my child, and go see what you have to see. Find a place to rise, my child, and go see